Hey everyone, this is Miss Moriarty, and I'm here to discuss with us our very first topic of Unit 8. Unit 8 is all about aquatic, so water pollution, as well as terrestrial pollution, which takes into account waste management as well as human health impacts as a result of pollution. So, this is going to be another big unit, kind of similar to Unit 5. But remember, these are some key points, especially in the AP exam. They really love to talk about water as well as land pollution. So, looking at 8.1, which is the first topic of Unit 8, this is looking at sources of pollution. So, similar to how we discussed in air pollution, we know that physical, chemical, and biological consequences are the result of human activities or anthropogenic activities that tend to use resources. Now, what we're going to add to our repertoire of vocabulary in this topic is we can actually identify sources of pollution as being either a point source or a non point source of pollution. Point source pollution typically refers to some sort of single identifiable source as a pollutant. So this can actually also apply to what we were talking about in Unit 7 as well. So, for example, air pollution coming from a smokestack from, say, a coal fired power plant, or even maybe a waste discharge pipe would be a point source of pollution because you can actually pinpoint where that pollutant may be coming from. However, a non point source pollution is one that's diffused into the environment. So it's really difficult to exactly locate where that pollutant might be coming from. Common examples would be things like urban runoff or even pesticide spraying on an agricultural field. Now, here on this slide, I have a couple more common examples that you might find, say, on the AP exam. Typically, point source pollutants, a good example of those might be animal waste runoff from a CAFO. But be careful when we talk about agricultural runoff, because when we talk about animal waste from a CAFO, we classify it as point source because remember, typically CAFOs usually keep all of that waste in a manure lagoon, which is a place in where we can actually pinpoint on an agricultural field that might say spray pesticides on it and the wind or maybe rain washes it into nearby waterways or into other regions, that's going to be a little more difficult to pinpoint where it might be coming from. Once again, the emissions from smokestacks that could release things like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, NOx, SOx, particulate matter, those are all point sources of pollution because we can pinpoint where it might be coming from. Same thing with, say, an oil spill, right? We know exactly where that oil might be coming from. Looking at the non-point source, like I was saying before, pesticide spraying on an agricultural field is a definitely good example. Urban runoff as well. So in urban type cities, when we see that they have impermeable layers of cement or concrete, we know things like motor oil, maybe even fertilizers used on lawns, road salt, sediments, those are all going to be naturally carried into nearby waterways or other regions. And it's really hard to kind of figure out, well, where it might be coming from as a result. So, everyone, this is it for topic 8.1. Make sure as you watch, you took notes, and make sure to, up on Classroom, mark this as done.